Spaß.
Ahoy, crypto pirates. Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate's FN Hangout. I am the captain, the literal captain, RG3, here to let you guys do your thing. Come on in. The link is in the chat. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm unmuted, right? We're unmuted. Yeah. Well, at least the board's on. I don't see any mute buttons on. Gotten pretty good at that. Last time we were here in classic fashion, I had a crew here setting up the cameras and everything else. And boy, oh boy, did we get a classic moment where we were muted again, because that used to happen. For those of you who don't know or haven't been around with the rest of the OGs in the chat room, there was a time when the captain would often start the show with a mute button. So just to let everybody know, yes, there is a Richard Hart stream going, but it's recorded. He was live earlier at the Bitcoin event over in Miami or wherever the hell it was, somewhere out there in Florida. They got him in there. T Money, I think, was part of that. The crew from Freedom TV, who's putting on PulseCon, they got Richard out there and got him up. So anyway, what's up, Uncle Roy? So let me say hi to the chat room. So for those of you who don't know, that's what the R in RG stands for. So it's not that it's a big secret or anything. Marco the Hexican. Hey, what's up, Marco? Good to see you. Melv Tony, OG of OGs. T-Bird, one of my wingmen in Twitter. He's always there. It's support. Tarfin1, what's happening? Alan Fills. Hey, whoa. Hey, all right. RH about to go. No, like I said, he's going to be, it's recorded. So if you want to go watch it, you're welcome to. But I'd love to have some discussions here with you guys, because we've got some really cool, important stuff happening here. I believe that we are moments away from PulseChain launching, and we can talk about that. And I've got a little insider information, but I really can't. I guess I can't divulge it, but I'll just let you know I have insider information that I think it's going to launch a lot sooner than everybody thinks. Okay, so much confident. Yes, Hexican Tony, proof of pulse. Celdo Rivera. Okay, I'm not recognizing your name for some reason, but forgive me if you have been around. Robert Keller Jr., welcome. Warped Impulse, what's up? Sup, y'all? 369. Yeah, that was a good guitar playing. Guy's name is The Nils One. If you want to go check out his YouTube channel, he's got some really cool stuff. That's been our intro music from day one. Yeah. Alan Fills says Discourse Syndicate makes sense here. Then I'm here then. Pulse is so effing close. Yes, it is effing close. Ahoy, Dorsey. Let's say, how's the golf ball? RG3 golf ball. I don't know, man. I don't do anything with golf balls. I'm not a golfer at all. Maybe there's something I'm not understanding. Drink up, me hearties. Yes, drink up. It's Friday night. I hope everybody's chilling and having a good time, because Hex is chilling, right? Eagle Owl at 15 cents. Yes, we are. We're chilling. Just looping and dipping under the water and over the water and just staying there nice. El Guapo Captain. Hey, thank you. So the film crew who's connected to Hollywood got a hold of the people that, make these pirate costumes for the movies, for like, the Disney stuff and all that. And they took every measurement imaginable of the captain, and they sent it all to him, and they built this awesome pirate suit. Look at this thing. This is just like, it's really, really cool. Really cool. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to start wearing it on FN Hangouts. I don't want to do it on Monday nights with chatting with the captain, because I don't want to freak out the guests too much. It's already, it's cringe enough that we do stuff like this, me and Hexo in his doctor outfit. Well, he doesn't do that anymore, but we used to. Well, now I'm cosplaying as the captain, right? Don Best, thanks. So let's do some AMA here, guys. I don't ever get any questions. Maybe you guys don't think that the captain can answer questions, or what is it? Debulge it, captain. Yeah. So I have insider info, but I can't tell you guys. Yeah, that's KNTX's line, right? Mudhog, what's up? Testnet is sweet. Yeah, Testnet's sweet. So I've been in the Testnet, operating the functions. I'm still not too slick on how the farming works. I've gone in there. I don't know if all my coins are in there properly. It's all the freaking acronyms are now confusing. There's so many different acronyms with all the different coins. So you go in there, you click on a yield farm. So farming and staking and liquidity providing, they're all different things where you can make yield on staking your crypto within the specific pools within the pools. And these are obviously on PulseX, the exchange. And then also you can node validate, which is not within the Pulse exchange. But if you guys want to node validate, David Fetter, he's running a test net with our node, with the Discourse Syndicate node. And we've made the rotation. So congratulations, David Fetter. You've done an excellent job. They really worked hard, man. And it was his passion to get that thing up and running. And I'm really proud of David. He's got his node up and running, and we're sitting like in the top 7. And right up there, Hodl Dog is just like his node is the most popular. He's got like the number 1, number 2 spot, and his is running well. So we're in the rotation with Hodl Dog, and proud of David Fetter for getting that thing up and running. So yeah, we are in the rotation. But anyway, there's different ways that you're going to be able to generate yield with your Pulse, your PulseX, your Hex, from within the DEX. And look at everybody in here. So Lost Child, Eagle Owl, Chris. I have a question on an ERC20 token being copied over to Pulse. Is AVAX being copied? I didn't see that copy in my buddy's wallet when I checked the Block Explorer or the new PRC20 site. I couldn't tell you. So yes, of course, the first question I can't answer. Is AVAX an ERC20 token? If it is, it should be copied over. If not, are they some type of scam? Are they some type of nefarious character? Because from what I understand, even some of the worst actors out there are still being copied over. So if it's an ERC20, it should be copied over. Discourse Syndicate, will the highest of stakes crew incorporate PulseCon for the film? I do not believe so, because actually filming is going to end really, really soon, like within days. So they'll be going into the studio and taking all the material that they already have. And so no, but movies have sequels, right? So who knows what could happen there anyway. Thank you, Ace. I appreciate the compliment. What about the beard? Mine is only white with a couple of 3 black hairs. I guess I've still got a little bit left. So well, I haven't shaved today, so I'm like kind of looking rough. But for some reason, these 2 outer spikes here are the only thing that stays white. So I just went with it, right? So I'm just going to grow them out. And anyway, maybe I'll get rid of it. I don't know. It's looking kind of ridiculous, but I don't know. It's kind of pirate, so I'm digging it. Do you think people are getting hyped up Bit too much for these numbers they see on Testnet. Well, the Testnet numbers are bitchin' and cool. Damn sure they look good. If you are a early sacrificer or you are a big sacrificer, yes, those numbers look good. Who knows? Who knows? We do not know. This is unprecedented, guys. Nobody has seen anything like this. This is the world's biggest, this is crypto's biggest airdrop. This is crypto's best chain ever to launch, with all the bells and whistles, with a decentralized exchange and a coin, Hex, that creates yield. The generation of yield is the most important thing that is happening here. Because of the generation of yield, it makes so many things possible. I mean, the possibilities now are endless for DAOs and wrapping other tokenizing companies and using NFTs and in ways like what Hedron did with their NFT product. I mean, there's the possibilities are endless now. Richard has really created the greatest ecosystem in all of crypto. It's not even crypto anymore. It is a completely different tool now. It's completely different. But what he did was he included all of the people who own other ERC20s. Fuck the Bitcoiners, the Bitcoiners. They're just, it's gotten ridiculous with Michael Saylor and all the rest of the plebs that are out there. I mean, these guys are really either crypto plebs or life plebs. I mean, look at little Eric Wall trolling us still. He was trolling us today, little Eric Wall, you little life pleb, you little smug, little snide ass little bitch. Oh my gosh, the comments that come out and pour out of that man's mouth is like, well, that little boy's mouth. You're pleb in life, brother. Go get a life and quit trolling the Hexicans. I know it's fun. We love trolling you too. So take that, you little life pleb. Hexboy Crypto, what's happening? Yes, Hodl Dog is doing some stuff there. Refined hayseed appellation. Richard Hart is live on his channel. No, I don't think he's live on his channel. It's recorded. So, but if you want to go over there, that's cool. That's cool. I'm pretty sure AVAX is its own blockchain, not an ERC20. So yes, if it's not an ERC20 and it's a blockchain or some shit like that, it's not going to happen, guys. It's not coming over. So it's not getting duplicated. Okay. Now there were things that you could sacrifice other than ERC20s, but that's a whole different story. So Sensei Doozle, thank you. And if anybody else knows that, AVAX is a fork, not a PRC token. Okay, so what is AVAX, a fork of Ethereum, or is it a fork of one of the other forks, like some of these other things, like Velos is a fork of Solana and all this other bull crap? Oh my gosh, the forks are just endless out there. AVAX is native token on Avalanche blockchain. Okay, so it's not an ERC20, and it will not. What is your price prediction for Pulse out of the gate? My price prediction for Pulse out of the gate, 0. All right, let's see. Sup, Pabalaba, how you doing, buddy? Crypto Journeyman, let's see. I call Bitcoiners cornholes. Yes, they are cornholes. They're that last little deal that Richard just did with that, I don't know, that kid who had mange. It like his freaking looked like a dog with mange on the top of his head. Another guy that just got nuked by not only his idiocy in front of Richard, but his past. His past is just a mess. He's a little scammer, another little scammer that got exposed. Why would they do that to themselves? Why would they publicly humiliate themselves and well, I guess it's par for the course. They're all just so cringe, from Max Kaiser to just the whole lot of them. Tone Vase literally just, he wants so hard for Hex to be a scam that the Scammy Awards once again went to Richard Hart for the 3rd year running, and still no proven scam, but has been given the Scam Award of the Scammies by Tone Vase. Another guy with mange. And for all of you guys that are challenged follically, I apologize. But it's, it's the like, you know what? If you're losing it, man, shave it. Unless you want to go with the cul-de-sac thing, just shave it. It looks so much cooler when you're shaved. Maybe put some tats on your head or something. It'll look cool, right? Let's see. Hexdeck 16. Hey, what's up, bud? Would like to find the answer to a question tonight. Single pool staking, PulseX, generates PRT token, which eventually has to be harvested when the stake period ends. Is this function a taxable event? Okay, so technically, when you generate anything, it is a taxable event. You are operating on a decentralized exchange. The goings on decentralized exchanges are virtually invisible. Let's just say that. So everybody reports to their CPA, and everybody in their own states needs to go do so and find out those tax answers from them. Or else we got the, what's the gov site? Or the Telegram room gov, is it crypto gov? Oh shoot. Somebody will say it. We've got a chat room in Telegram that you guys can go to see that. But anyway, thanks guys. Thought it was in the RC20. No, it's not. So, hey, Daraj is in here. Is Daraj in here? I see somebody saying peace to Daraj. I believe, yes. What's up, fam? What's up, RG? What's up? Completion fails. Kyler, what's up, my man? So Kyler is our Hollywood dude, man. The guy is a real actor and a really cool cat. I got to meet the young man, and big hug to you, my brother RG3. Yes, man. Same to you, bro. Same to you. Nice. Nice to see a pirate wearing safety glasses instead of an eye patch. Yeah, it keeps me from losing one, right, Daraj? Wahaha, mange. Yeah, mange. The guy really, I mean, just shave that stuff, give it up. We need to buy more land for the graves. Too many bodies. Yeah, we're killing them. Bitcoin is flip phone tech. I 100% agree. Let's see if I can catch up to the chat here. It's the only technology that is allowed to suck. Like, people love it. I mean, I can understand if it was like, record players came out, 75 years ago, 100 years ago, and they died in the 80s, when cassette tapes came, so now they've made a comeback. So I can understand, like, 30 years later making a comeback as a nostalgic thing. But Bitcoin has never gone away. They've tried so hard to keep it going because they've got lots of bagfuls of them. So they've tried so hard to keep it going. Yeah, it's just pathetic. Oh, wow. How did I get way up here? That dude's the scammiest years ago. Douche Tone. Yeah, Tony is a douche. He's like, you look up douche and he shows up in there. Will Smith said, don't talk about his wife. Okay. He was up against Zuckerberg and Musk. So that's what BTC maxis believe a scammer is, right? I mean, so Zuckerberg, although he may be scandalous or odd and gosh, I don't even know what to call that guy. He's not a scammer though. He's not a scammer. And Elon builds fucking rockets and electric cars. He's got like products, and he put more money in their stupid Bitcoin than anybody. So why they're bashing on him, I still don't understand. But anyway, getting good numbers so far coming into the investment trust. So the investment trust is alive and well. And let me explain something like so myself and our team and my partner KNTX, we decided that the way we were going to build on Hex was we were going to build legacy products in the legacy finance world that connected crypto to legacy finance so that people could onboard, offboard, and utilize the legacy tools to work within crypto. Because I really believe that, aside all of the people that want this fucking zombie apocalypse to come and crypto to take over, I'm sorry, not my opinion of what's going to happen, but I think that it has to be some type of meld. We have to have some type of crossover. We all know fiat's in trouble. We all know it's in trouble. We know that crypto can help to fix it. Bitcoin can't, but something like Hex and Pulse and decentralized exchanges can, as long as you have proper onboarding procedures. So KNTX and myself decided that we were going to explore and build things on top of Hex, outside of Hex, and work outside the community of crypto to try and bring products to the market. And that's what we did with MCA, with the trust products, and those people who have a lot of wealth amassed that like to protect their assets, protect their wealth, and create tax shelters for themselves. That's what we created MCA for. And then we created the Hex Scale, or the Hex Investment Trust. It's just like a grayscale for Bitcoin, but we have created it for Hex. The way that it launches is you have a private offering first, and then it goes public after you have a certain amount of investors and a certain amount of funds under management. We've been extremely successful in funds under management with MCA. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the numbers, but let's just say it's getting up to close to the $1 billion range. And we've been we've just launched and put the PPM out for the Hex Investment Trust, which is the paper Hex product. So now here's what's and we've taken a lot of heat for this. I don't know why, but it seems like anytime anybody builds something on Hex, there's a lot of heat given to them. And by the way, this is not chatting with the captain. Maybe I should turn the sign off here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. This is not the chatting with the captain. This is your FN Hangout. So the invite link is in here, and I'll put it. So anyway, so we got a lot of shade for the things that we've done, but it's only because of a lack of not understanding what it is we're trying to do. Look, I'm a Hexican to the bone. I'm a full-blooded motherfucking Hexican. In fact, I'm the guy that coined the term Hexican. So when you say Hexican, always be thinking of the captain, because I'm the one that put that out there. And because of that, because of who I am, I've always been dedicated. I'm here every Friday night doing this stream. I do my stream on Mondays when I have a guest or when I have something important to talk about. But I have never turned the stream off. I have never, erased an episode because of something that we've said. We've backed Hex 100% and all of Richard Hart's products 100%. We've made a movie and we've built products. And the Hex Investment Trust is going to do this for Hex and for you and your bags, whether you participate in it or not. I don't really think that anybody that's in crypto is going to participate in it. This is a product for traders. This is a product for the stock market. This exists on the NASDAQ, meaning these guys who don't want to get into crypto, don't want to custody their wallets, don't want to do the whole crypto thing, don't understand how to use a MetaMask wallet or use a DEX. Well, they feel more comfortable because they're accredited investors going out and buying a paper derivative of the actual asset. So we created that so they can go and trade it all they want. But guess what? What we did was, whenever they do that, the reserve that's put away is Hex. And guess what? It's not redeemable. Do you know what that means, folks? Do you know what RG3 and KNTX did for Hex when we built that? Those of you fucks who are complaining about it. We are locking up more Hex, never to come out, never to see the light. Now, we're not going to be as big as the OA. Who knows one day how it turns out. But we are just like another OA. We are going to lock up Hex, put it away, and it's not going to see the light of day. So you're welcome. You're welcome. So let me scroll through the chat here. A little Eric Wallace funny. I feel pity for that man. Yeah, and you know what? I think he just trolls us because he likes us. I think I like Eric anyway. He's just a little life pleb, but I like him. Boo-boo. But RG3, my CPA has a peg leg and a patch over one eye. And you might want to get another CPA if you've got a CPA that looks like a friggin' pirate, man. So anyway, Kyler Kaufman selling it out. Thomas Turner, what's that all about? Kyler, did you go to method researching in your last method in researching? Go method and research. Oh man, they're going into the acting stuff. Flip phones still exist and serve a purpose, but everyone acknowledges that they suck. Yes, exactly. That's the one thing that I don't understand is why they won't acknowledge that there are other things that are good and that Bitcoin sucks. And they can like it all they want and they can have big bags and hope that it goes to the moon again or whatever. But anyway, they're just so detached from reality. So Zuck is reptilian, a cyborg. Yay. Am I late? Happy Friday, everyone. Oh, I guess nobody wants to come join the captain. It's going to be a me talking to myself and doing an AMA here. Let me throw that in the chat one more time. I just love you. Pulse Goddess. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. You're awesome too. Hey, as wild as SJ joining your spirit and content. Hey, thank you. Maximus project looks cool so far. Audit in progress. Maximus project. I don't know what that is. Fill me in. Like for Hex Lambo and Investment Trust. Like for Hex Lambo and Investment Trust. The reason I bash on Elon is because Richard is so much smarter. So I don't know if you can say that. I mean, Elon is pretty damn smart, but Richard is also. My CPA said to bury my treasure chest somewhere the governments can't find them. Yes, that's probably the best way to do it. Yeah, Captain, Hex is the way. Hex is the GOAT, guys. Hex is the GOAT. All these other things are great and exciting, and PulseChain is going to give Hex tracks to run on, and there's going to be a whole bunch of excitement with PulseX and Pulse in the beginning here, and they're going to both do very, very well. And for those of you who are in here right now that have bags of Pulse and PulseX, congratulations. You guys are going to do extremely well with it. I'm absolutely positive on that because this is all Hex really needed. But now I want you to understand something. Hex is the GOAT. Hex is Bitcoin, but better. Hex is what their Bitcoiners always wanted their little Bitcoin to grow up into, but it can't grow up. It can't do anything. It's just code that's wrecked. It's wrecked code that can't be fixed. Nobody wants to fix it. And every time they try and build something on it, it just sucks or it gets beat out by something that Vitalik puts out. So Wrapped Bitcoin does better than Lightning Network. I mean, look at it. It's just, that's what it is. 10 years I envision us watching the world zombie apocalypse and lamenting how they wouldn't buy Hex under $1,000. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, CryptoGoose Trust. Sorry, CryptoGoose Trust is public. Big homie, OG, the word captain is on the screen. Yeah, the captain RG3. Oh, 3 times? It's on the screen 3 times? I don't know. I only see it once. Oh, gotcha. Captain, and maybe it's somewhere else. I don't know. But yeah, okay. Adding to Hex by building instead of taking is great. Yes, 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 yes. That is the key because of yield and because of things like Hedron. We're going to be able to create and wrap and put Hex away, locking its value away, locking its yield away for 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, whatever the use case may be for that, and spin off other tokens to use, to utilize, to spend, to live off, and continuing to grow the value of Hex. I think that's where we're going to see the real value of Hex shine, is when when there is no more Hex and people are waiting in line for you to unstake. I've been saying this for years. People will one day be waiting in line to buy your stakes because there will be no Hex. It will be damn near dried up. RG3 is the connect. Yes. Yes, Crypto Grains Glow. I am the connect. Well, not anymore. I'm a dried up connect. Let's see. Latin Miner here. Bitcoin Magazine erased an episode. Yeah, they dropped their episode. Guess what? Discourse Syndicate never has. You failed. Bitcoin Magazine. You failed. Let's see. Scallywags. What's up, Hexicans? Eagle Owl, what episode did they erase? Hey, Swearworks. Swearworks! Whoa! Now, Swearworks is freaking OG of the OGs. He's one of the original OGs, Swearworks. Miss you, man. Goodness gracious, man. It's been so long. I know you've popped in and out here and there, but gosh, man, you were a regular in Hexo's stream before Discourse Syndicate even started, man. You are an OG. Good to see you, Swearworks. Good to see you. Yeah, the debate with RG or with RH is when that's the episode they got rid of. Thank you, RG and KNTX. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm not trying to get accolades. I'm just trying to put things in perspective for people. It's like, you get these DMs and these trollers and people coming at you with hate and stuff, and it's like, the fuck did I deserve that for, man? I've been working my ass off, spitting out a spleen here for 2 years. Fuck, I get into pirate costume for you guys and do stuff for this community. And we're just trying to make things better, man. We're just trying to make things better. I promise you. Now, if we get paid for some of the efforts that we do, I'm sorry, this is capitalism. I'm not gonna rake Hexicans over the coal. I'm gonna make sure that we bring value, and I have made sure that everything that we've brought has value. And that we're not doing anything scammy or anything that's going to hurt the community. So yeah, man, that's what we do here. I clicked the link, but then I chickened out. What are you talking? Oh, the stream. Click it. There's nothing scary here, man. There's nothing scary. I've never hurt anybody. Well, maybe a few people here and there. We've kind of raked over the coals, but they deserved it. They deserved it. Let's see, what do we got going on in here? Putting all my PulseChain and alt gains into Hex ladders. Hex is the end game. Yes, it is. Smart man. You get it. You get it. You get it. And on PulseChain is where it's going to be awesome. Wrecked spaghetti code. Yeah, I like that word, spaghetti code. I never understood, why there were so many problems and bugs with Bitcoin until Richard explained that one time, and then it like stuck, and it was just like awesome. That was awesome. I know the word spaghetti code gets thrown around a lot in like dev communities, and it's like it's not really a term. They kind of like it's kind of like some way to find a FUD projects or whatever by using that term. But Bitcoin is old code that is very, very difficult to open up without, some bad genie popping out of a bottle somewhere. Don't even address the haters, bro. MCA going to be huge. Smart asset protection for generations. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, going for the hate, but I'm just saying, I just want everybody to understand what it is that we've done and what we've built. And that, if you do want to protect your assets and offboard properly and not become a lotto millionaire and lose your shit down the road because of tax problems and bad money handling problems, maybe you go travel around the world, get drunk for a couple of years and you lose it all. Well, this is a way to fix it to where you just take care of yourself in a proper way. And you sat down reasonably sober with some good people giving you some advice on how to take care of your finances and move it around. And so some people who need that, some people don't. Some people got a handle on it. And they can do it themselves. But if you need some help with that, MCA's got the answer for you. RG3, any projection as to when the Hex Trust will be available for 401k investors, etc.? I couldn't tell you when that could happen, but happen it should. Just been traveling the world and enjoying myself, Captain. Dude, Swearworks. I'm glad, man. I'm glad everything's good for you and you didn't just ditch out and something bad happened. So good to see you, man. Good to see you. Digging the costume. Thank you. Thank you. This thing cost a freaking crap ton of money. They got it for me, of course. And no Hex was harmed in the making of the pirates. Look at this thing. This thing is sick. This thing is really sick. So let's see. It's got comes with blood. It's blood all over the thing. It's funky and dirty. They even got dragonflies on the vest here and everything. And I don't know, just the whole. It's very cool. Comes with boots, pants, the whole thing. I'm not wearing any pants right now. I'm just standing here in my chones, but yeah, it is very cool. How do we find out more about Hex Investment Trust works? So what you can do is, let's see if I can find the Hex Investment Trust link and throw it in there for you. I'll get it for you. I don't want to sit here. Oh, look, I got a guest coming to join. So let's bring our guest on. Hey, handyman, you're welcome. You're welcome. Everybody, HexDeck 16. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, Captain, doing well, man. I just had to find another laptop because the brand new one I got delivered yesterday, somehow when I unplugged my Bluetooth speaker and tried to plug in my headphones, it was no bueno. So no.
I don't do Bluetooth anymore, man. I had those Bluetooth headphones one time, and then I got up to take a piss, and it was on stream, and oh man, that one's still in there if you guys want to go hear it. But anyway, it's the captain taking a leak live on stream. But that was pretty embarrassing, but still didn't erase it. We left it up there.
Oh yeah,
yes.
No, this is a Bluetooth speaker. Actually, it's a small, little, tiny one. So, so if I'm listening to like a YouTube video or something like that, and I'm working in the kitchen cooking breakfast or something, I can carry it with me.
Nice. So what's going on with you?
Well, it's just been it's been about 2 months since I left the JOB, so I've just been kind of after the Hex meetup in Vegas, and I've spent about the past week 12 to 14 hours a day hammering away at Testnet.
Nice. So good. I'm glad that so now we have somebody. Now I've been on Testnet, but I'm not too, I haven't gone out and watched a bunch of videos. I've been, so like you retired what, two months ago?
Yeah.
I'm the head of my division. I'm sitting here in a pirate. If they only knew, but I'm the head of my division. I just built a whole new division over the last year. So I haven't been able to step away yet, just because I feel obligated to not cheese out on these good people that have given me a good job and a good career and a good life, so I'm obligated to finishing my project there. So I haven't been able to yet, but I'm probably about 30 to 60 days away. So like PulseChain and everything's all coming together.
Yeah.
My division's about finished. So I'll be able to be a nomad like yourself and call it quits. But for now, still doing the 9 to 5. So I haven't been able to spend a lot of time in Testnet or watching videos on how to function. I did do the bridge. I went and I operated the bridge and function, and that worked all well. I did go in to the LPs and got into some of the farming pools. But the last thing here, I was a little confused with. I fired it up, but that is the what's this last thing that just came out? Was that that's actually the farming tool, isn't it?
The what now?
The farming tool.
For liquidity providing, you're talking about?
Well,
I
I don't actually know what it was for, to be honest. It came out just 3 days ago. They launched the test version of it.
I'll have to go back and double check that. I mean, it's been information overload, so that's why I've been. And I won't be venturing into the liquidity providing just because of the risk of impermanent loss. And I'll be honest.
There's hedges against that with the pool farming. So you actually will be receiving more of the PRT tokens by going in and doing the the pools. There's going to be more incentive for certain pools, which you end up getting. It helps you with impermanent loss.
Oh yeah, no, I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the one-sided
yes
liquidity. Yes, exactly.
Just like V3,
Yeah, where you're staking your PLSX. I'm not sure the exact number of days it's going to run for. I'm thinking 12 to 14, but I've got a conference with Battleton tomorrow morning, and so him and I are going to actually be discussing it. And that's particularly my question when I threw it in the chat at the beginning of the show was exploring that is the fact that I do know there are limitations. So the most you can do with any one wallet is 10 million PLSX. So
okay. I know what I was thinking. It's the buy and burn that's out. Thank you for that.
Oh, okay.
Heximus. Yes, it's the buy and burn tool that came out. So I was looking at that and trying to figure out how that works, and I was just clicking around, and then I got too busy. But hey, we got another pirate in here, Unwrecked. What's happening, bud? Oh, look at he's driving his bicycle. Hey, bud. Hey, Unwrecked. Hey, mate. Hey, bugger. I'll mute him. Hey, bugger. What are you doing? Okay, I'll mute him and we'll just sit here and watch him. So the buy and burn was what I was talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've successfully been able to do that twice, and you do get a reward for running that function. But right now in the testnet, it's like everybody's like playing slap-a-mole. So every time I went into it since the first day I tried it, there's never anything in there to burn for me. Everybody's burnt it all up.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's the thing is it's already burnt. So when you go in there, you don't have a bunch to. I burned it one time and it was like micros. It was like 7 cents or something. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. But I guess so. That's how it works then. Yeah.
But I think once the test goes live, obviously, I mean, there's going to be multiple more transactions occurring on a regular basis that people be
it'll be
take advantage of it.
Yeah, that is a freaking cool tool, man.
Yeah. No, last time I heard there was only like 1,500 people plus running the testnet. Not positive, don't quote me on that, but seems relatively low. I've been encouraging everybody that like you need to get a step ahead of the game. You need to be doing this stuff now so that when it does launch,
yes, you're prepared.
Left in the dust. Yeah. Because there is a learning curve to it.
There is. And you don't want to jump into the excitement and start learning as everything's moving and shaking and growing, go in there and play with it. You need to get yourself in there and start practicing. That's why I did. I started messing around with it because I know it's coming soon. Pulse is coming really soon.
Yeah.
I can feel it, and I'm seeing some things going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fired up, man. I'll tell you what. That's why I gave you the match today.
The match. Gotcha. Flamed.
Yeah.
Who thinks over 1 cent pulse within 12 months? Ooh, geez. That's it's possible, but that's a big number. That's a big number in 1 year. That's a big number. So we'll see. I'm not I don't like doing, predictions because I've always been wrong. But the thing is I've always been wrong on the short side of things. I've always called the short side. That's going to get memed, right? So I've always been wrong and always undervalued where we'd be in Hex. Every time they've said, "Hey, where do you think Hex is going to be?" I've always ended up on the low end of it. So I've never made a good prediction yet. So I never expected Hex to be at 15 cents right now or to have hit 50. It's quite the deal here.
Yeah, I get often asked by people that I've onboarded, hey, what do you think it's going to be in this? And my standard response is this. I said, I don't have a crystal ball. Now, I do have a levitating light bulb, but that's about it. I said, but rather than be wrong, I'd rather be pleasantly surprised. How about you?
Right? Oh, Crypto King. Yeah, I'll let him know. Wait, maybe he's stopped now. Let me see. Nope, he's still pedaling away. They're unwrecked. Can you hear us? And no, he can't. Okay. Yeah. So I saw a question here I wanted to get to. Andrew Reynolds says, boom, Hedron lost what? 1 to 2 zeros in a few weeks. Pulse is for the masses. Will move much quicker, I think. Yeah, I think it can. No, I mean, nobody knows. See, the problem with the volatility early on with these things is that, yes, they move fast, but they move fast in both directions. And you've got a lot of people with big bags. And don't forget, there's a lot of Hexicans out there who've been holding for 2 years. And then the stuff that they held for 2 years, they sacrificed for Pulse and PulseX. And they're sitting there on 3 or 4 years, now of Hex gains and Pulse gains and PulseX gains. And I think that you're going to see some of these OGs taking profits. Those of them who need it. We saw it with Hex. When Hex all-time high, we saw a lot of them taking profits. We saw a lot of the old OG wallets cashing out and taking some profits. Nothing wrong with that. They deserve to. And that's what you're going to see. So I think it's going to be hard to see a real solid long-term upside right off the bat first year. I think that you're looking at, a couple of years for it to solidify. You're going to see a lot of profits being taken. Yes, you're going to see some moonshotting. Yes, you're going to see some pumps. But that is where you start getting yourself into trouble, because then if you're chasing that dragon, you could get caught in that emotional up and down, and then you end up being a trader. And we all know what happens to traders. It's not a good thing to start getting yourself into. And that's the slippery slope. Looking for the pump. That's the slippery slope. So, yeah.
Yeah. And two is in fact, on Twitter, I posted a poll. Let's see, I got 22 hours left on it, but I said, which is the strongest value statement? PLSX appreciates faster. PLS is the better long-term play. So right now I got 71% on PLSX appreciates faster, and 29 on PLS is the better long-term play. So, and I kind of agree with that. I think just because of the fact that the valuation of PLSX, we see initially a quicker appreciation in value just because of the use case aspect of it. And then the PLS obviously will gain momentum and strength longer over time because of the fact that it is the backbone of the network.
Yeah. Yep. Over time, I just think that the first probably 2 years is going to be a lot of volatility. A lot of volatility.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've seen the volatility in Hex, but I don't think that we've seen anything yet. I think that there's going to be a lot of it with PulseX and Pulse, just because they're gosh, there's going to be so much of it out there from the OGs that have sacrificed, the people that have sacrificed. There's a lot of big wallets out there. Now Hedron brings a whole different game to it. But then remember, whether it's wrapped around it or what, no matter what tokens out there, anything that's getting utilized is going to be dumping on the market, and the price of it is going to be dumping. So no matter how much, like Hedron protects Hex or any of the other underlying assets from people selling them off, it's still going to get dumped too. So there's going to be a lot of sell pressure on that token. So, keep all that in mind and act accordingly. I mean, especially those of you who have the big bags, you're the ones that are, making the needle move. So off board responsibly is all I can say. And that's why we built MCA, is to help people to dollar cost themselves out, limit order themselves out, and do it on a equal level basis that makes sense versus this ridiculous dumping that people do. I see all these market sells, and I see people selling themselves into oblivion versus using limit orders. I don't understand it. I don't get why we are still that stupid. And a lot of these are old wallets that are doing that. So please learn how to use limit orders and learn how to dollar cost yourself out, not just dollar cost yourself in,
Yeah. And I look forward to taking part of that, the MCA. I believe you guys are still dealing with the accredited investors right now, but it will eventually open to retail. Yeah.
Yes.
So I look forward to that.
Yeah, I think that is going to be a big positive for Hex and for the bag holders and for the stakers. It's going to add a lot of value. The numbers that we're looking at, the models that we've run of how much Hex that we're going to be locking away is, it's going to be phenomenal, because you can look at just what Grayscale has done to Bitcoin, and that is an asset that all it does is appreciates and depreciates, and sells at a premium and sells at a discount. The Hex Investment Trust, don't forget, now there is nothing that says that we're providing that yield anywhere. We don't know how that yield is going to be used or what in the trust itself. But don't forget, Hex is a yield generating tool, not just an asset that appreciates and depreciates. So there's that is the key to this whole thing. And so a lot of the projects that I'm working on right now, I just got back from LA this week. I just spent a couple of days there they've got an NFT convention going on.
Okay.
But the NFT and the metaverse space is not, I know Richard, poo-poos the NFT as a JPEG.
Sure.
But the NFT as a non-fungible token, utilized through a DAO, as tokenization of a company's assets or coupon system or prestige system, is a completely different animal. And that's what the world's hungry for, is this Web3 metaverse world, and marketing meets the internet and interfaces with real tangible products that are also represented in the metaverse by an NFT, by a non-fungible token that is connected to their DAO and their tokenization. So the world's hungry for this. I mean, the biggest companies in the world I'm talking to right now are hungry for this. And I mean, literally the biggest companies in the world are asking for our help, are wanting to get involved in this, because PulseChain finally makes that world viable. The NFT space becomes viable. Now let me use, now when we say NFT, sometimes we think JPEG, but let's call it non-fungible tokens. Let's call it, non-fungible tokens, so that people can understand that it's really just linking an asset, whether it be a digital asset, a stake, or a t-shirt, or a diamond watch, or a car or anything. You're just linking it to the metaverse. You're linking it to the web. You're linking it to a blockchain. And wherever that blockchain exists, it has its value there. So this new world that we're going to start to open because of PulseChain's existence is going to bring so much opportunity. I mean, I got an article this morning from Citi. So Citi just put out an article. I think they said it's going to be the metaverse industry on their estimations is going to be the $8 to $13 trillion industry. And guess what? Pulse makes it exist because there hasn't been a blockchain that can support it yet. But now there is going to be a blockchain that can support it. And it'll have all the other ERC20 tokens from the crypto space involved. And so it'll have a lot of eyeballs, a lot of marketability, and it'll have the throughput and the proper fee structure to make it all happen. So guess what? The metaverse is coming because of Pulse. I think that's one of the most exciting things that we can be talking about out there right now.
Yeah. And I think, in a sense, looking at I forgot what the percentage was, but it was ridiculous. That great sucking hole, which was the NFT space, driving up, and using up resources on the Ethereum network. But ultimately, I think the building of the NFT space now has a platform to land on, so to speak, if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's exactly what I was saying, is that PulseChain now gives it the opportunity to exist. Couldn't exist before. It could not exist before. And now it can. And the people that I'm talking to, they're excited. They just don't know how it's going to work because they don't know of a crypto that or a blockchain that makes it function. They've got the technology. It's all there. All their build outs are there. All of the shops are there to all the studios and all of the devs. Everyone's there ready to go. They just don't have a blockchain to function on yet. And guess what? Here it comes. So guess what? Get ready. Get yourself ready. That's going to be the next, big marketplace that crypto brings. It's not about replacing money, guys. That's not. It's going to help money. It's going to help the world with its money. It's not going to replace money. You're not going to get your zombie apocalypse. I'm sorry. You're not going to get it. You will get some version of crypto helping the fiat world, helping finance and politics and all that kind of stuff. It's going to help. They're not going to let it completely just jump in and take over. It ain't going to happen. But the metaverse, Web3 is going to be birthed from this, and that will be, it's going to leave crypto in the dust. So all that old Bitcoin and all that stuff is going to go the wayside. It'll be, all these guys will be like Peter Schiff's talking about Bitcoin as, gold as it sits there stagnant for years and years and years, which is my opinion anyway. That's just mine. Everybody has their own thought on that, but I really see PulseChain and Hex and the DEX, the decentralized exchange of PulseX, Pulse, being the new wave of the future. It's not crypto anymore. It's completely different.
Especially with the scouring of all the liquidity and stuff like that that's going to be with the AMA. Beforehand, sucking that liquidity into the PLSX pooling and stuff like that. It's going to be, it's going to be dynamic. I kind of missed the point that I was trying to make, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah, as we all should be. It's incredible to be at the beginning, to be finally in on something that is going to change the world.
Yeah.
The players that are coming together right now who are understanding what's happening here with Pulse, they're global leaders. They're, for instance, I had on chatting with the captain this last week, I had George Wentz from Mad Energy. Mad Energy is going to lead the world in blockchain, bringing the blockchain to the energy crisis. and they're going to do all kinds of cool stuff,
Sure.
behind the scenes, as far as, from oil cleanup to utilizing underutilized blow off gases from oil rigs instead of letting it just burn off and putting it in the atmosphere. They're sequestering it, and bringing it in and selling it to people that need it. They've created Tesla style energy processes. I mean, they're just moving and shaking. And I mean, that's just one little project that is excited about Pulse coming, that they're going to be able to utilize to do the things that they've wanted to do. Because I mean, let's face it, Ethereum's broken and all that other stuff doesn't work either. So Pulse is going to be that thing that makes the blockchain a real viable freaking, it's really bigger than Hex when it comes to operability. But Hex is always going to be the GOAT because of yield. You just will not be there is no better money than Hex. There's no better money than Hex. And
it's a life learning lesson for some people. I mean, in the United States, we're, not the type of are personality driven of delaying gratification. So Hex allows or teaches an individual who chooses to do that more discipline in being able to not just be a degen and jump in, jump out. Oh, I made 20% today and I'm out. And it gives them longer down the road focus.
Yep. All right. So what else have we got going on in the chat room here tonight? So I see people talking about HSIs. Yeah. So HSIs, for those of you who don't know what they're talking about in the chat room, the HSI, there is a token called Hedron that was built on top of Hex, another product built on top of Hex. And I like I've always stayed very, very neutral about these projects and products and things, because we've had a lot of things that were built on Hex that were just, money suckers and Hex suckers. And they took a lot of Hexicans money. At this point, the project that I think deserves the most merit, in fact, so much that we've actually, started working ourselves with Alex, the developer of Hedron, on some projects. But Hedron is like the first real viable product that I've seen built on Hex that brings just stupid value. So what Hedron is, guys, is it is a tokenization of Hex stakes. It represents Hex stakes. A Hex stake, once you made it, you own the keys to it when you create a Hex stake. Therefore, you can't transfer it trustlessly to somebody. Somebody can't just buy your stake and go and trust that you didn't keep the keys or give the keys to somebody else or whatever. So there was always that issue. There was always an issue until Gnosis Safe came out and the idea of wrapping stakes came out. So basically, what Hedron does is it creates an NFT, a non-fungible token. And what it does is it wraps and creates a Hex stake without the keys being delivered. So the keys aren't delivered, just the NFT itself is. And so the NFT can be transferred without any loss of the keys. So when the stake does come due, the person that owns it at the end of the stake can unstake it and utilize it. Now, on top of that, Hedron also gives you the ability to mint Hedron tokens from that stake as its value accumulates. So let's just say you have a 10-year stake, but you've served a year of it. Well, you have a year of value that's there. And that year of value can be extracted in Hedron token and sold on the market, traded, put away, whatever. So it gives you an option to make, yield on top of your stakes, and also create these stakes that can be traded, sold, or moved around without loss of the keys. So Hedron's really an awesome product. It's also laid claim to an idea that we can start wrapping these things, and hiding away that precious gem of Hex and creating more and more products and putting the Hex away. Oh boy, here comes Wales.
Oh yes,
He's probably gonna come in here and say, "RG, shut up! You're talking too much." Let's see.
Nah.
Yo, what's up, Wales? How you
What's
doing,
going
buddy?
on, man? Not much.
Howdy,
How
man.
you doing, man? How you guys doing?
good.
Doing good. Doing good.
Glad to hear, man.
Just pirating out on a Friday night, my man.
I see. You're even in costume and all, man. You're really playing a role tonight. Am I supposed to be dressed up too? Should I be wearing a ninja suit?
You are. I know you are. I saw you earlier. You're wearing a pink ninja outfit. From,
Is that what it is this year?
Yes.
Man, look,
The pink Power Ranger outfit. That's what it was.
I gotta tell you, man, we are making headwinds.
Oh.
We are making headway. Excuse me. We can talk later. After.
Okay.
But yeah, we're making some major headway.
I know, man. Things are moving and shaking.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, everything's just coming together. So many good things are happening all at once, and the crypto world doesn't even know what's about to happen.
Nothing. So clueless. It's amazing. Isn't it amazing?
It is absolutely amazing. If some of these galaxy brains only knew, what it is that they're getting themselves wrecked over. I mean, if they only knew. Jeez.
Yeah, well, we keep building, we keep laughing, and we keep having fun. There's really not much else to do because it's something that we get to define what it is at the end of the day, And I think as long as we all come to that realization, nobody can really stop us from winning because we're doing what we want to do.
No, we're gonna win. We're winning so much right now, and it's the future's just looking brighter and brighter. I mean, as PulseChain launches, I mean, just the possibilities now
over here, bro.
are endless. The possibilities are endless. And I mean, the Hex Investment Trust being launched now, and just kind of like, I know it right now it's on its own. It's just doing what it's got to do in order to birth itself and to grow into what it needs to be, which is the public fund. But that's only that thing there is. I mean, it's just a matter of time. You've already set that thing, and now it's just a matter of time before it turns into an absolute monster. I mean,
sure. Yeah, I was going to mention that when you were talking about earlier is, looking at grayscale, and so some people that may not have context is the fact that grayscale brings in, but it doesn't go out. It's like a sucking black hole or the Dead Sea because they're not selling. I mean, they're just accumulating more for the trust, which will have, I think, a net positive effect for Hex because of scarcity.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. We're just trying to find avenues to give people access to crypto in whichever way they think is most convenient for them. Like, we got to understand that it's just not that easy for all the capital to access crypto, right? Yeah. So this solves a couple problems. It solves that access problem in a lot of ways for people that only have easy access to fiat. And just before we continue, I am speaking about a Regulation D 506C accredited investor only product. Now we can continue. Ridiculous. Anyway, and then two, we're creating a permanent bid, right, under the auspices of the demand for the trust units, and that's really what it's about, kind of like what Hexdex was saying. Creating that black hole, that continuous flow in one direction, right? And that's what we want. And then Hex is a little unique, right? The objective of Hex is unlike any other coin, so it's gonna really develop differently than what people expect it to, because a reserve asset is just not something that trades like anything else. So, I mean, when you think about it, Hex it's like you say, Captain all the time. It's not a cryptocurrency. It's really its own thing, and it really is. It's its own economic system. You know,
it
really,
is.
really is.
With the inflation generating yield to the holder is a completely different concept than the world has ever seen, because now the individual not only has control of the, cryptocurrency gave you control of your money. Bitcoin proved that concept, that you can have control of your money if you take custody of it and you trade it on non
on a peer-to-peer basis.
On a peer-to-peer basis, you can control it. But now you have control of the inflation, and you're generating the yield to yourself. And that's something the world has never seen, because the bank doesn't give you that inflation. The bank gives you little crumbs of what they want to give you from what they're making money off of.
That's right.
So they're giving you like a dividend, basically, of they're the ones getting the inflation. They're the ones making the big money. They're the ones out there lobbying and legislating the interest rates that they're getting, and telling the Fed when to print the money and get it to them so that they can give it to the people, and blah, 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 at a specific rate better than what the, government has given them the money at, which is pittance compared to what they charge us for that money. So it's literally taking the whole financial system and putting it in the hands of the individual user, and taking it out of the governments, out of the big moneyed interests and the banks, and doing what Bitcoin could and will never be able to do, because you still have miners taking the inflation, and that will never go away. It will never end. There will always be a mafia style freaking group of people screwing that whole system up.
100%.
But Hex doesn't do that. You have control of that. You have control of being in the pool, and you get to participate. And there's nothing more powerful than that in finance. Nowhere on the planet does that exist.
That's right. You got to be the mafia now. How does it feel?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it feels pretty damn good to me.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
What feels really good is the future. The future of this is they can't stop it. They can't stop it from happening. It's already set into motion. And now with PulseChain, it just makes it that much easier. Yeah. And with the stuff me and Wales and KNTX are doing in the background, you just wait. You just wait and see how easy the users are going to have the experience. Wait until you see what we get to do for you all.
No comment is all I got to say about that. Woo! Well, look, I'll say this. I said nothing about the trust. I'm saying less about this.
Just type it in the private chat.
Figure it out. Well, if you know how bullish the trust is, then you can only imagine how much more bullish things are about to get.
Yeah. XNAV, loose lips, sink ships.
Yep.
So can you discuss what the EU voted on this week and how this will affect all of us DeFi and unholstered wallets?
That's really not going to affect anybody except whoever decides to use centralized exchanges.
So, well, was it a shot over the bow on decentralized exchanges and wallets, or was it a shot over the bow?
So they don't even know what they're writing legislation on is the problem.
That's what's
so it's kind of hard to talk about it because it doesn't actually matter what they wrote. Like they're just going to interpret it however they want, and it's just going to be wrong. So it just has to be fought in court. So I wouldn't really lose any sleep over it because you got to remember
they don't know what they want. The
EU itself is not even a legal thing. Like it's just some shit that's there in the way. Like people in the EU are just too dumb to realize that because their history has bred, their culture is one such that if you're from a certain class, you don't question nothing. You just accept it because this fucking peon that's put there to tell you what to do does tell you what to do. And that's it. That's literally how Europe works. So I can't sit here and have a serious conversation with Europeans about fucking politics. I've lost tons of friends over that shit because they just don't understand that the decision is in their fucking hands, and they're just willing to let some other fool make it for them. So whatever. I don't know what to say to people in Europe about crypto. I mean, like, they just got to figure it out, bro. Like, watch us. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Well,
Like, that's
hopefully watch it. So a couple of things. So get Hexicans. This is a great. This kind of explains everything. Give me a big enough lever, and I will move the world. Yes, and Hex, Pulse, and PulseX are that big financial lever that we can go and move the world with. I just want to put some government shit in perspective. So I've been talking to some government officials as of late, and one of them told me this little story that they were sitting down with a sitting senator, a seated senator at this very moment. And this seated senator was questioning this individual about what was going on. And the question was, as they were asking this person about cryptocurrencies, this was the question. So, sir, now this is the senator asking this question. How many of these crypto coins will fit in a bag about this size? And the person was stunned, didn't know if it was a joke or it was a real question. And the question was asked again and said, hey, no, I'm serious about this big. How many of those? Because people do want to hold these things, and they can hold them, right? They do. And this person didn't know exactly how to answer that question without
it's a hard one, right? Losing
their shit. But the answer was a good one. I won't give it, but it was a good one. And they basically just, explained that these things aren't held. And when they said that they're digital, this person then said, well, people like to hold their money, like, with the credit card or something like that. And then the person had to again say, that the credit card is just a representation of the account number and not really the digits themselves. And they just had a very hard time with the conversation. Yeah. And that's literally the mentality of our legislative branch at the highest levels. At this government here, they would tout to be somewhat but anyway. Yeah. So that's what we're up against. So we're light years ahead of those that are in power right now, and their heads are spinning. They don't know what to do. And we will have already ate their lunch and kissed their girl and rode off with their bicycle before they even know what happened.
And their mom is next. True story. True story.
I like this one. Infinite coins, multiple seed phrases fit in a bag that size.
It's true.
Very good, one Hexy mofo. Very good. Very good.
What was that? It reminds me of the question is, remember the old Dungeons and Dragons thing? There was what was called a bag of holding. Okay, so you can just stuff all sorts. You can stuff all sorts of stuff in there. It's infinite. Right?
Yeah, because in the old days you didn't have you just carried like a whole freaking castle worth of shit in your backpack.
These are the same people who have fingers on the nuke button.
Yes.
They don't know how money works.
Yes.
Or yes,
they should be retired.
You say, well, it depends on how many treasures you own, sir.
The magic bag, baby. The magic bag. Yep.
Too funny.
So have you been playing around with the testnet at all, Wales? We got somebody else here. Hold on, let me pull DMT up. Yo, DMT, what's happening?
Yo, what's happening, fellas?
What's going on, brother?
Welcome, man.
Welcome.
Yeah, in my experience, anything the government's ever touched, they fucked up. So, like, I can't think.
They touched me in lots of places.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
But really, that proves it, right?
Right.
I really can't think of one problem they've solved. you know. But
Yeah, no, there isn't one.
Yeah, instead of the Midas touch, they've got fertilizer fingers. So everything they touch turns
right.
Oh man, it's crazy.
A bucket of shit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's crazy right now when you look at the geopolitical landscape. Wow, just wow.
Well, it's been getting older and older and older, and I don't know why it continues to get older and older. And I mean, when you've got senators that are in their 90s that have been around all these
late 80s, it's crazy.
It's like, I mean, come on, man. We've got so many smart people in the world these days, you know, and I mean, my generation was like, I mean, I gotta admit, my generation was like the last dumb generation, right? I mean, we didn't have shit. We were raised by a bunch of freaking potheads, and they were all a bunch of hippies banging each other and loving each other and talking shit about wars and all that stuff. Right. And so we were raised by those folks who were raised by the greatest generation, you know, the World War II's and all that. So my generation was kind of like the last, like, disillusioned, dumb generation, the Xers. And then you guys got the internet and computers, and you all started getting a lot smarter. And
it changed everything, bro.
Is at you know, and now everything's at your fingertips. Like my son learned Japanese in his bedroom and speaks fluent Japanese, and I didn't even know the kid spoke Japanese. And that's the kind of stuff that this generation is doing. I didn't even.
Do you realize how wild that is?
It's crazy.
That
like,
wasn't possible,
literally,
bro, 20 years ago. That just was not possible in his bedroom.
No, right? We were sitting in the green room one day about a year ago, and Papa B was in the green room talking with us. We were all chatting, and my son came in the room, and I said, hey. And he said, hey, you got that guy from Japan in there with you? I said, yeah. I told you my friend from Japan. He goes, can I speak Japanese to him? I said, yeah, if you want to. You speak Japanese? He's like, yeah. So my son sits down, and I'm like, waiting to hear this. He's no. My son's like, you got
the fucking accent and everything, huh?
Yeah, the accent and everything. We're like, what the? And Papa was like taken back, like, oh, I don't even speak that good of Japanese, you know. And I'm like, dude, where did you learn that?
And he fucking lives there
in his room. We're like, holy crap! So this, I mean, really,
wow.
Yes. I could barely figure out what a gram and an ounce was when I was, you know, a younger man. You know, we had an Encyclopedia Britannica, like an old set of books at the bottom of your mom's shelf.
Read that. That's how that's where I got my education from for the most part.
Right? That's all we had.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have this
internet,
world at your fingertips and YouTube videos. I mean, shit, man, I want to learn how to do anything. I go to a YouTube video and, you know, that's like my joke now. I go out on a job site or something and the guy's like, hey, man, can you do this? You guys know what these guys are doing? I said, yeah, man, I watched a YouTube video this morning. We'll be good, man. Don't worry. That's my going joke now. And they look at me like, what the fuck? But damn, it's halfway true, you know?
It is. That's a funny
but they love that shit. So,
dude, when I first started driving truck, I actually had to look at a map, you know?
Oh shit! Yeah, remember that? We used to have the grid books. You know, the what do they call them? The Thomas.
Yeah, had the whole grid. Had the whole grid of Minneapolis. Had to figure out where the fuck I was going. Never been to that part of town before. I'm like, you know, things were complicated like that back then.
Yo, you know what's funny? That's something I take for granted because I sure as hell can read a map like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, I was
digital or paper. That's crazy.
I was good at that.
Yeah, like, and these are the kind of skills that a lot of these, you know, in-betweeners just aren't gonna have, man. Yeah. Like, you know, there's some people that don't know where the fuck anything is on a map. To me, that shit is insane.
I gotta say something to this right here. Eagle Owl said, listen to this. My generation, Gen X, will we ever get some politicians in real power? I'm 51 years old, still waiting. Guess what? Nah. Eagle Owl. You, bro, you go get out there and run for something local and freaking get into politics and go do it. You do it, because if not, we got to just deal with all these damn hippie bastards that are still, you know, still phased out from the 60s and whatever the hell they were dropping back then. And And that's what we got to deal with, man. These 80 and 90-year-old freaking folks. You go do it, man. Get out there and
seriously,
you know, do it. That's
and
local level.
I think while you're 100% correct, I think the caveat to that is that you don't have to think of it as what it was. You can make it whatever you want to be, because we're gonna flip everything. Period. That's where we got to approach this shit from, because nobody's satisfied with anything that's currently going on.
And if you bring something good to the people, they're gonna rally behind it.
Oh fuck yeah!
They're gonna rally behind it.
Oh yeah.
Because this is really, I mean, Bitcoin wishes they had what we have. They got the momentum, they got the first movers advantage, you know, but they ain't got shit on us anymore. It's over. This is the death throes of them. This last little week of shit I saw with that Tone Vase crap and there's 3 clowns sitting at that table talking about Richard and this clown that interviewed him with the mange on his head the other day. I mean, that shit was like sorry, sad ass little weak pleb crap, man. They're just so done. They're so done.
And sucker.
Yep. Oh, hey, we got another guest coming in. UFO 42. Okay, so I'm gonna warn you right now, UFO. You get like hippie weird on me, I'm gonna throw you out.
Everyone.
Don't get like his parents.
I love you, man. I love the hell out of you.
I ran the show last week. I don't know, like you just all dropped out, right? And today I better get in because like all the neighbors will freak out because I'm on the balcony at a friend's house at Tenerife, and you see the harbor and some of the
very nice
lights out there. And but I'm still there, and I might move in and then catch up like with you soon. So you speak on, I'll be with you and just listen in and catch up.
Okay. Good to have you with us as always. Man. I'll mute you.
Just see a UFO.
Just unmute yourself if you want to talk, buddy. All right. So anyway, speaking of crazy hippies, let's see. Oh wow, the chats. I've lost the chat here. Change pauses is all. Oh, okay. Swearworks. So for those of you who don't know who Swearworks is, Swearworks is an OG of OGs in the chat rooms. He's always been out there trolling and hanging out with. He was on HexoStream from day one.
Wow.
But he just mentioned using personal wealth to change politics has always worked for decades. Well, yes, and especially with the advent of a little thing called Citizens United, it's become solidified in our culture. There is absolutely nothing that we can do other than get a constitutional amendment to get Citizens United out of politics, meaning money is speech. So guess what? You either better get with that or you're going to get beat by it, because it is the law of the land, and you're not going to legislate it out without a constitutional amendment, which means you've got to get every state to get behind you to change the Constitution. It just, an amendment just doesn't happen on its own. It's a tough thing to do. So right now, versus spending 20 years trying to change that, you better join them. You better figure out how to make your money speak. And that's why I've been posting about politics. I try not to speak politics on the show because I know everybody has their own dogmas and their own colors and their own, gang signs that they want to throw and shit and fuck with each other. And that's not what it's really about. That's just how they divide you. That's how they divide you. Because when it comes down to it, like everybody sitting here in this room, we agree on about 90% of the shit that we all want to throw on the table. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, freedom, value each other's families and liberties.
All the basics, right?
Don't tread on me. All those basics. I believe that all of you deserve that as much as me and my family deserve that. And I think that we could all sit down and agree upon that. Now, your own religion and what you do in your bathroom and all that kind of shit, that's all on your own.
That's your own problem.
Whatever floats your boat and makes your day a little bit more special than everybody else's, that's your thing, and you don't need to legislate that stuff. I don't need your religions or your other crap legislated into my life. So keep your 10% of your shit to yourself. I'll keep the 10% of my weird shit to myself and do it in the privacy of my own home. And, then we could just agree on the basic shit. Let's go make legislation on the basic shit and fuck all the rest of the bullshit, because I love all you guys, white, black, yellow, green, rich, poor, weird, not so weird. I love all of you guys. And I want everybody to have the same stuff. So we need to go out and legislate that shit.
Exactly. And that is the exact thing I was talking about last week. Some people were a little bit distracted, but mostly everyone agreed. Like if you look into the chat, that was quite okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Ace. Hi, Thomas Turner. Thing is, free speech. Yes, money is free speach. And code is the law. And that is what I picked up with basically last week. A code is law. And that's not that bad as some people think, because a law has taken, it's taken people like thousands of years to figure out to, build up something, some rules where like everyone is okay with, more or less. And we're just putting that into code. And if it's in math, then it's immutable. And this is the plan, I guess. Like for me, at least.
Yeah, I agree. Code takes the human element out of it. I mean, how many times have we seen, these judges get in trouble for filling their doles so that they could fill these private prisons and getting caught doing that stuff and doing this to our children, filling up their juvenile facilities with our children.
That's recent too. That's something of that broke recently.
This is an ancient history, man. This isn't like freaking medieval bullshit. This is like
last
21st century last year bullshit that happened. So, I mean, code is much better than human element.
So let's talk about that. What's the difference between a law, a piece of legislation, and a piece of code? They're essentially the same thing when you think about it. They're just characters in some medium of communication. The only difference is you're agreeing to lock this specific set of text in, which would be the code, whereas, at least from the vantage point from which we operate, right, because we like immutable contracts, immutable code, whereas legislation, you can quote-unquote amend it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the point.
So code, I also
power as well.
What's that?
It's about power, and
yes, and code isn't about power.
Well, it eliminates the feeling of power because it's the same for everyone.
Right,
and
it's just a protocol.
Law seems to be the same for everyone,
correct, but it's not. That's right.
It isn't because there's a human element involved.
That's right.
And code also, I'll see law, you don't have the option to not participate. Code, you have an option to participate in. For instance, any of these cryptocurrency codes that are out there, you don't have to participate in them. They exist, but you don't have to participate in them. And law, you absolutely have to participate. So there's a little difference there too.
Exactly. And this is a very, very important thing also when we go from Hex that is completely done towards a new universe that will be PulseChain, whereas PulseChain will be changeable, hopefully, because it can only get better and better and better, and there will be upgrades. And Hex is something that will run on this new universe, PulseChain. And as you said, you don't have to participate. There is no one who makes you participate. But if you do, then you're pretty much safe.
I'm sorry, I'm reading.
My bad, I was typing.
Reading is good because that was the hardest thing last week for me when I was like the only one in the whole channel for the first time reading stuff plus speaking, and it doesn't really work out. And people like write lots of things, and this is why I did this reverse AMA, like answer me anything, and just a couple of people really answered what I asked for, just to like narrow things up a bit. But hey, everyone in the chat, it's not easy for us guys being on here.
It's a cakewalk, man. Don't lie. Nah,
So
it's hard to keep up with the chat sometimes.
yeah, I'm gonna throw this one up there because this one resonates with me in a way, and it might not be the way that this person wants it. So the Church of Union one, you do not lawfully have to participate in any law you have not contracted yourself into. Yeah, in my neighborhood, if you would have said some shit like that, guess what? You end up with no teeth or some bullets in the backside of your head. It does not. I would love to just see somebody try some of that shit in my hood. There's some guys
manufactured consent. Look into it.
Yeah, and they will. I mean, I get the concept. I get the
I get it too.
Philosophy. I do get it.
I gave him the antidote. The antidote is manufactured consent. That's how we all live in this trap.
Exactly. Because I'm manufacturing my consent right off into, I'm not going to get beat up by the popo because I'm not.
But we don't even got to take it there. Let's talk about what happens when RH gets banned from Twitter or from YouTube. Everybody, put him back on YouTube. Put him back on YouTube. Why?
Yeah, we don't have to participate in that thing. We could go do something else.
We don't. But what does everybody do? Just that. Because what?
Exactly.
Because that's where the eyeballs are. So we let them control us. Instead of saying, you know what? Fuck this. We could all collectively say, fuck this, and just go to Rumble, go to BitChute, go to wherever else. Odyssey, whatever. But we opt to not do that. We say, no, let's try to get this account reinstituted here.
Yeah.
It's our own fault. Yeah. We live how we live, period. That's just the fact. Until we come to that realization.
We have screwed ourselves into this corner.
Nothing's going to change. Until people don't want change, shit is going to change. I live in a city, bro. That's literally how it works.
Yeah, but that's exactly the problem, right?
Yeah.
You want to live in the community on the one side, and on the other hand, you don't get along, and then you want to escape, but then you start telling everyone, oh, I cannot change anything because I'm not part of the community. So there has to be some kind of a bridge between things. And this is why I was talking about the bridge last week as well, because that is one of the most important parts, even though it was a little bit philosophical or something, maybe, who knows. But like our ecosystem is working out pretty well, and it is working out pretty well.
Well, one thing I learned over the stupid 19 over the last couple of years is that the people at the top don't follow the same laws that we are mandated to follow.
No, we're not beholden to them at all.
Right, no. And that's why I got into crypto. Really, is I realize it takes money to have true freedom, and if that's what it takes is money, then I want it all. Because I really want what I want is freedom. I want the freedom to do what the hell I want to do, and that I saw that over the last 2 years that takes money.
Yeah.
That's all, people say money don't buy you happiness, but it buys you options, and options buys you that freedom. So that buys you happiness as far as I'm concerned. So you're 100% correct. And money rates right up there, somewhere around the level of oxygen for me. It's a pretty important fucking thing.
That's a good one.
So things.
Well, why are we here? We're here because of money. Right? We're here because of money, because without money, we can't do anything else.
Yeah.
I've been chasing money for a long ass time because I understood that from an early age.
Yeah.
And I've had it and I've lost it. And that's part of
I've never seen a place where a community can help each other create that for each other.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been able to do here. You know.
And the way I look at it is I look at it as economic energy. Now, economic energy can manifest as to money. That's one avenue. But I think what's being created through like PulseChain and with Hex and stuff like that is developing those financial products, those avenues that that can be expressed in different ways other than just, quote, money.
Oh, I was just about to talk in Spanish. My bad.
That's all right. We can do some Spanish here.
Yeah.
No, yes, sí, pero no, pero Xtex, yes, yes.
No comprehendo, God damn it.
So Hextex is very right. Like we've been sitting together next to each other like for 2 or 3 days, 4 maybe, and you know, you get to know people, you get to know like what they think, and you like realize there are some people that like kind of like think the same. So and don't ever go back to that you know, roulette table. Never do that.
I never hit a roulette table in my life. I did hit one slot machine. I threw $1 and pulled that little handle down because it was one of the old school ones.
Yeah, well, remember that $12 on that roulette table.
Okay,
I won't, you know, disclose any further.
Nope. But what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
That's the story, and they're sticking to it.
Man, I don't gamble at all. I don't even buy a damn dollar lottery ticket. It's just a matter of principle to me, and that's what I tell my friends when I'm telling them about Hex. It's like they know I don't fucking gamble. Wow. I mean, this is not a gamble to me whatsoever. Once I looked into it and discovered what it is and what it does, this is not a gamble. This is an investment that's going to pay off. Now, how much it's going to pay off, I don't know. But I know with those T-shares I got staked, I can see it paying off every fucking day.
Well, gambling is behind us far, right? And so we've like, you know, come up with that. And many people didn't. Fun thing is that like Richard did that before he started all of his other streams, getting people out of gaming and gambling. And now we're here, and most of us understood pretty much.
Oh, did you guys hear? For K got his channel back today.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, we went out there and begged and pleaded with them to give us back K4K's stream. And they gave it back. Right, Wells?
Yep,
another one.
Another example of failure. And this is why nothing changes, honestly.
Yeah. But we get to get his voice back out there again. Yep, that's good. Yep. He's back on. Fine young man. All right. So anything else? What is going on out there? So we're really close. I know we're really close.
Yeah, they just tied me up, right?
I will actually have a signal when it's probably going to happen. But
4 weeks, man. 4 weeks.
I'm not going to reveal that, but it's coming soon. Yeah, we are looking really, really, really close. I mean, there's nothing left to do. I mean,
not much.
All the tools are out there. This last one again, what was that tool that just came out again? That was the burning tool, the burn tool, the buy and burn.
Yeah, but then the voting came out after that.
Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Oh, so that means the DAO, right? That's
right.
That's the DAO. So, yep. Wowzer. So that's it. That's it. It's done.
Get your smell-o-vision on.
There's
Yep.
yeah, launching 420. Somebody says.
I'll
Okay.
take that. I like that. I'll take 420. Take the day off too.
Yeah, you guys
It
all going to
actually
Vegas in
is
September?
not bad.
Yes, we're going to Vegas in September. We will be at the
Hell yeah.
PulseCon.
Yeah.
Yes, some of us will be at PulseCon, hanging out in Vegas, enjoying ourselves and the festivities. Because I'm sure by that time we are going to be 4 weeks away from being launched. Well, 4 more somethings away from being launched, I'm sure. So,
yeah, I came back and I got my ticket, booked my flights, and reserved my hotel room. So the only thing, my bags aren't packed yet.
cool. Did they announce what hotel it was going to be at?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be at the Hilton World Resort.
The World. That's
Oh, I thought it was at the Conrad. My bad.
No, it's the same thing. It's 3 things in one. It's the World Resort, and it's the Hilton, the Conrad, and the whatever. It's that new, last year opened a $5 billion far up north, largest resort ever.
Yeah. I've seen it. I just didn't know it had all them names. So never mind me. I don't keep up with all that. I'm a simpleton from that aspect. I don't really care about that type of shit. It's cool though. Fancy and all that.
So the fixer. So I guess Richard said that the rest of the FixerBot stuff would not be a showstopper. So he's going to be moving forward without getting all that done. And then, so that sounds good. I didn't see his stream today. 14 Pulse was still on, somebody says. The SAC numbers, I think they actually fixed the SAC numbers, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought I heard that the SAC numbers had been fixed, right?
I mean, look, my numbers are fine the whole time, and they're a little higher now. So if that's fixed, I'll take it.
Yeah, I thought mine were fine.
We felt
they also.
Some of us fell for that wrong address in the very beginning, but then like the real V2B is very close to what is now in the checker part of the DAO of the PulseX. So we can be pretty. We're all pretty close to what we've imagined that would be happening, I guess.
Yeah. How much estimate of how much PulseX will be burnt over a 5,555 day period?
There's no way to estimate that.
No, there's no way to do that.
Ridiculous question, Biggie, and I know you're asking just to be a dick because that's a ridiculous
exactly because this is the thing of game theory, and then maybe I'm talking again about Mati's channel. I'm not chilling anyone or something. I'm on here right now. So, but the thing is,
what?
All these like this gambling that you how else you understand me? Yeah, up there. Thing is, you can you could have played it out right now, and like on V2, yeah, I did like 10x. On V2B, I did like maybe 20x just by gambling around with stuff. Even putting like using the bridges, and I put up this basically that liquidity pool on the Ethereum side of the bridge, and people bought some stuff. It's crazy. I mean, and you cannot, predict what is going to happen. And this is all about who knows. But the thing is, people playing around like me and you guys proof that the thing is working. It is working. It's just working. And what will happen if it all comes out at once, like for everyone, like for all these people that have all their whatever coins on Ethereum universe, and they will get it on Pulse as well. And probably now it will be working on Pulse because it didn't work on Ethereum for like years and years and years, maybe, because the gas fee, it's unimaginable. So let's see
what's happening, Thoth. You've got to either turn your YouTube stream off or something. You got some background noise going on.
Probably children. Kids, maybe.
I don't know. It's you've got some. Not, you don't got background noise. You've got some feedback going on. All right. Continue.
Well, just to continue with D Biggie, since he's focused on that, there's no actual way to tell. I mean, it's just one bucket, and it's going to deflate, and it's going to be deflating depending on the amount of transactions daily. And there's just no way to tell what that number is going to be. So, you can think what you want, but you're not going to have any actual answers, because even if you do compare it to Uniswap or whatever, odds of PulseX being that big in the first couple years are slim to none. Because Uniswap was the only game in town for a long time. So the market has to actually grow, literally.
Yep.
So, think about it. Over a 15-year time horizon, there's no telling. I mean, who knows? Look at where Bitcoin's at.
Yeah, it does have an instant market maker with all of the ERC20s coming over, but that doesn't create value yet, of course.
Well, the question is, when are these people going to show up and pick up their free money? Right.
Yeah.
That's where the answer lies, because that's really what's going to set things off. Because for now, it's just us, for the most part.
And Wells, you are talking about picking up their free money. What if people realize that they're just got free money and they're hodling their free money, and then they need some pulse to just maybe hodl a little bit more and get a little bit, like, they move over, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, that's the expectation, because think about it. They're gonna come over here, they're gonna claim, do whatever they gotta do. And it's not gonna cost them anything. And they're gonna be like, hold on. It didn't cost me anything.
I didn't have to pay $76.
Yeah. Like, people are gonna notice that. And that's gonna do some damage. And then
some of these
we'll see what's what, and we're gonna be able to see the numbers every day. So, who knows? It's just impossible to say exactly what. That's all. Like, I'm just not a fan of projections and estimates. I'm just not a fan of it, because it's always gonna be wrong. Literally.
Well, I mean, you're like one of the best projection guys out there doing candlestick magic and stuff. But thing is, this stuff is new, so we don't have any preceding data that we can rely on or like project on. Like, we have no database to just, and so this is just
it is brand new, never been done before.
Brand new.
How are we supposed to know how people are going to opt to adopt PulseX or PulseChain? Like, you can't forecast that.
Exactly.
You cannot forecast that. You just cannot.
Exactly. And if we go predictions and forecasts of that, then there's one thing. Is there something that could make this not work? Like, make this like explode into rather implode into nothing? And this is the thing I've been thinking about a lot, and I don't see that point. I see the upside potential, but on the other hand, I don't see the downside risk.
Right. Yeah, you got to look at both sides of the coin, right? You can't just look at the pie in the sky. It's not really how it works. There's always downside
Yeah, but
risk. But this is why I keep asking myself, how are people not going to come over and get their free money?
Yeah. So,
right?
But even if they do, and even, like, tell me any scenario where, you know, like this whole Pulse thing is like going to just implode into nothing. I didn't find any. Like, I thought about it a long time, really, and I see things that it could just, you know, like bubble with the, I don't know, with the waves that are there. I see a huge potential for, you know, upside, but I don't see anything that could really threaten it to, you know.
I don't see a threat either, to be honest.
Cryptocurrencies
have been on the rise, and they've been doing extremely well, in spite of all the shit show that's out there with all the bullshit and the scams and the crap that Bitcoin and Ethereum are. They've still done well, and everybody wants it. And now that we're going to have a functioning crypto, I think that people are going to be all over it. It's going to be time. And as long as somebody, I don't know who, brings it to the public easy, makes it easy on people, it will take on adoption. But that's what has to be done. It has to come to the people easy. You know what the problem is it's too easy. Everybody I know has a damn Robinhood app on their damn phone. They click on that Robinhood app and they can't get their shit off of it. And they think they're investing, but they're not. They just have digits on their phone and they don't even know how to get their damn money out of them. And everybody's got that stupid thing. And they think they're in crypto now. Everybody I talk to, I'm in crypto. Well, where's your crypto? What do you do? How you got a MetaMask? What's that? No, I got this Robinhood thing here. This is where my jeez. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I agree. Just an hour and a half ago, I was talking to two people in a club here in Tenerife, and they were telling me, "Oh, we're into crypto, and we got this miner, and I heard like miner, and they were like talking about and we got like this guy does this and that, and can we get your number and stuff?" And I said, "Yeah, okay, go for it, but you know, do your own math first, and then come back to the table, because we cannot explain everything to anyone always and always again." I've been into the first Telegram chats 2 years ago, and I've been explaining things to many people, and many are very happy about it. But you cannot do this 24/7. And so new people have to come up, and people have to, you know, do their own, not math, but just get, you know, into the whole thought system a little bit by themselves. So people have to educate themselves. So anyone out there who's just now listening or watching, please educate yourselves. There's so much out there that will fool you. If you stay within this ecosystem, within the people who are like on this channel and connected to most of the channels that are connected to most of the channels, go to hex.com and like just click your way through to get educated. And then if you have a question, come back in, because before that, like, we're all overwhelmed with questions, and no one will be able to answer everything unless you just educated yourself a little bit, because it's out there.
Yeah, and I don't want to see this people start calling PulseChain the Ethereum killer either. It's a compliment to Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum's not going away. Nothing's going to kill it. It needs to be spoken of as a compliment, freeing up space, so reducing the gas fees, clean. It's if I start seeing people calling it the Ethereum killer, I'm gonna have to correct them on Twitter and shit.
Definitely, we are friends. It's just like making it a bit bigger.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, it's created because Ethereum was was taking all of our Hexicans money for gas fees. So you know, we got a sore spot for Ethereum yet, but
still better have people go into Ethereum, better have people go into Bitcoin than into all of these shitcoins, because many people don't realize that only on Ethereum universe, on Ethereum chain, there are like 500,000 tokens, and maybe 14,000 of them are listed on the so-called listing sites, and maybe 8 or 10,000 of them are actually being traded. And then you sit on a conference, like even in Vegas, and there are some people like, oh, someone put some stuff on my wallet, and I tell them, like, okay, look it up. Okay, there's like 32 people holding that coin that you got on there, so better forget about it. See, and this is the stuff how you can, but you get to know what you're talking about before that. So we really didn't actually we did pick the needle in the haystack, and we're trying to make it easy for other people to just be, we try to have this gravitational kind of thing to get people off all of the other shit, because comparing 500,000 to the top 10 or whatever, what we're talking about, this is not luck. Like, all the guys in this channel and all the guys in all this connected channels here, they have done their math and done their thinking, and they've thought about it for hours and hours and hours, and some of us tens of thousands of hours.
It takes 10,000 hours to make somebody an expert.
That's what people say, yeah. 10,000 hours and you're going to be like Mozart. No, maybe not, but you're going to be a pretty good skier if you start skiing and do it for 10,000 hours without I don't know, crashing into some tree.
So when you think about that, what comes to mind for me is it's kind of like burrowing into the ground, right? You can only go down but so far until you hit rock bottom. So you got to kind of find a way to evade that issue. This is what we're gonna do. Ooh, you got me. Threw me off. What the hell was I saying? Rock bottom.
Actually, Rock Bottom is one of the best albums out there ever. By
Time.
well,
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time, right? I mean, all of these things that we're trying to do, they're not easy. So you have to take your time to make sure that you understand it. Not that the person that you're listening to does, but that you understand it. Because if you can't understand it, you can't make the right decision when the moment comes that you have to make a decision.
Yeah. And of course, people, have to rely, or sometimes they rely on other people who give them advice. And what we are, of course, not doing here on YouTube and anywhere else, giving financial advice, but advice of thought and advice of how to deal with your life, maybe, or something, which is not forbidden, because speech cannot be forbidden. And well, it can be, but I guess we are all on that side of that we are for free speech. And so we're speaking out to all of you guys. Educate yourselves, look at the stuff, and then listen to the guys and girls and everyone's who have thought a bit more about it, and then you'll get into it. It's not that hard. But on the other side, it's not that easy as well. Nothing is that easy as well. Nothing is.
Just out of observation, one of the things that, people coming for their free coins, getting their free value from the PulseChain, from the system state copy over, kind of reminded me of something that Wales knows. I'm an expat New Yorker, moved out to Montana here. And the example in my head was back in New York when I left, over a decade ago, there was an 8.25% sales tax. So anything you purchased within the store, you already paid your taxes to your state and government, and then they're going to tax you again. So I show up in Montana, and the first thing I'm like, I need to get a new laptop. So I brought $900 with me because there was this $800 laptop that I saw, and I did some research on. So I come into the store with $900, and it was $799. And the person rings it up, and I had been there for like 2.5 months, and they're like, $799. And it didn't dawn on me until then. It was like, what? There's no sales tax? And I think that's going to be kind of the shocking experience of people coming over PulseChain that maybe haven't followed through or aren't familiar with like the PulseChain project. I think they're going to be, as I mentioned earlier, RG3 was surprised.
Lose you?
Oh no, I was just saying it's for.
Oh, he
yeah, I was just saying it's for.
Cut out at the end. Exactly. We lost you at the end. That's what it was. Yeah, you're gonna have to like finish that last sentence again. I'm sorry, brother, because I didn't hear you either at the end.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just comparing the sales taxes to the cost of gas on Ethereum versus what they're going to pay on PulseChain. Yeah.
Well, there's not much comparison. I mean, it's like walking on air versus walking in quicksand.
Well, it's like moving to another country, to another universe. Basically, PulseChain will be a copy of the universe, and then we'll see what the better universe is going to be.
Well, I can tell you what, in maybe 2 or 3 years, any profits that I make from my sacrifice on the PulseChain or for the PulseX, the profit's going to go right back into Hex. I mean, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, some people say all my profits are going to some foundations of people who will try to prolong our lives so we can live a little bit longer. Everyone can do what they want. And this is the thing. I've not seen many ecosystems of people that were so woke, aware, smart, thoughtful, and listening to others on and on and on, and being able to even change their opinion upon another one's better argument. And this is why I like this community very much.
There you go.
Here we go. It's like Will Smith's hands at Chris Rock's face.
Oh boy. Perfect fit.
Yeah.
My question is, why will I need to? Who's this guy saying this? It says use ETH at all other than to end Hex and Hedron stuff that's left there. Everything else will always be straight to PulseChain from fiat. If it's not easy, if it's got easy fiat. So now the only thing that you've left out there, and I get that you're 100% correct, but the only thing that you left out there is arbitrage. And that's going to be why people are going to be going back and forth, because it's going to be about arbitrage. If there's an arbitrage opportunity on one side or the other for whatever crypto it might be, whether it's Pulse or PulseX or any of that stuff, it might be DAI, it might be something else. Who knows? But the arbitrage opportunity is why people are going to want to come back and forth.
Yeah,
that's where it's all about. That's what it really is all about. Is people
free money, people like
everything they can to make money. And it's going to be good for a long time. I mean, for those people who are educated and do understand and know how to do these things, they're going to be the ones that capitalize on all the gains. There's going to be, I mean, it's one thing to sit on your bags and watch your Pulse and your PulseX and your Hex bags grow. It's going to be another thing if you know what you're doing as far as arbitrage opportunity, yield farming, and all these other things that are out there. It's going to be a whole nother. I mean, UFO just said that he just did a 20x playing around on PulseChain on the testnet. So it's that kind of stuff that people are going to be going back and forth and making money off of. Now, that's not me. I don't know all that stuff.
And I agree what I said, but this is not, any advice or something, because this is like playing around. I would never do that in real life, probably. I was just testing if this.
You might now. You might go, well, I think I'm pretty good at this.
Well, but
got a little taste of it, right?
Well, maybe. Well, no. The thing is, I was testing if the math, if the code works, like if everything I can do will like give me something that I did not expect. Like I didn't expect to make 20x or like maybe just go down to 1% of something. It's just I wanted to see if like the code works, and the code does work. That's the point. And this is what I was playing around with. Just fooling around with the stuff and just outperforming some other things. It doesn't have to do anything with real life. To me, it was just testing out if this code is working and I can do what I want to do. And then if it makes 20x or 0.02, that didn't matter to me at that point, right? So I acted completely irrational, just to see if the stuff works. And so this is, I would have just, I would have been just the same kind of proud if I 0.02'd it, if only the stuff works, and it does. That's the point. It's not about the Xing or.
What's up, Unwrecked? How you doing, buddy?
Working, guys. It's working. It does work.
He's off the bike.
You're off the bike. What's happening?
What's going on, brother?
Can you hear us? I guess you can't. Can you hear us? Hello, Unwrecked.
You people with your damn wireless earbuds making me sick. Yeah. Get some wires.
Wires. I guess it's not working.
There you go. Get some wires.
Or he's just trolling us tonight. He's probably just trolling us. He can hear us.
Yeah, you never know. When I'm right, anything's possible. Yeah, right.
What's going on? No, I can hear you now. Right. Don't get smart with me, boys. What's going on?
There we go.
Now we can hear you. What's happening there, bud?
Oh, I just rode I'm just across from the Imperial Hotel. I just rode into your Monday. Hang on. I've got to keep an eye on a pet monkey. Where's she gone? How you going, boys? Uh-oh.
Well, trees make blue sky looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's say hello to everyone in the world. Hello, say hello.
He's just walking around throwing kids on him.
That's what I'm doing. Kid wrangling. Tim Raglan. How you going? Living the dream. Sorry, I missed all the conversation before. I tried to dial in before. I've got like these Bluetooth headphones, and I thought I was going to work. I was on the road, but didn't work. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing great out there. And FN Hangout.
We had you pedal on your bicycle for a good 10 minutes or so there. We were watching you pedal around on your bicycle.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was on or not. I couldn't see or hear anything. I just put it on and I was off.
Yeah, we watched you tool around there. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky I didn't stack it. I've got 10 fingers and toes and no blood, so that's all right. Any day you don't stack, it's a good day.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Right on, right on.
2 hours 17. Thanks.
Is that your little one?
Yeah, that's my girl, one of my youngest at the moment. Yeah, she's 5, so she's a little 5 Hexican too. I've got accounts for all my kids on Hex. So my daughter's turning 18 next year, so she'll have a nice little birthday present next year.
Nice.
So yeah, I set the end dates for their birthdays. It's good. It's a good sort of. That's what I like about Hex. I like that about Hex. You can play the game how you like it, things like that. So, and just setting up, giving the kids a good start in life.
That's right, baby.
Teaching them good values and things like that. They don't learn at school.
The world is going to be changing, and people will not call their kids like Paris Hilton or whatever. They'll call them Cuatro Cinco, whatever.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I wish my kids were more interested in learning about it, because I know other Hexicans are trying to teach their kids to, about, time, the value of time and money and things like that, and getting them into like better computer science and teaching them. But my kids don't want to know about it. My son just wants to play video games. So, like, I don't know. Maybe one day when they can see the dollar signs, they'll realise that, hey, their dad wasn't such a dickhead after all.
Maybe
some real life games first, and then video games will not be of any interest anymore, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. This is going to be the biggest transference of wealth and the biggest education opportunity for our youth to actually. You can't educate people on wealth anymore because there's nothing out there for them to do. And what you tell them, put it in a savings account, right? There's no yield on that stuff. There's nothing there for anybody. 401ks, the volatility in that market is just as garbage as anything else. There's no pensions. There's nothing left. So it's like we're finally going to be able to educate these kids and show them that, hey, there's a better way to do it.
That's it. I think it's natural. Like my other 2 kids are like they're teenagers and that, and I think it's natural for you to sort of be a little bit rebellious. I think. So they just think their dad's old and doesn't know anything. And when you're 16, I say to my daughter, look, I knew everything too when I was 16.
You know how that is. You was 16 too, exactly. Like, how that is.
Yeah.
That was my first bout of homelessness was when I was 16.
There you go. I thought you knew some shit, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I thought I knew some shit. I ended up in the side of the freeway.
That's right. Usually how it works out, baby.
Living in the bushes inside the freeway and in people's garages and shit.
Doing dumb shit, boy.
Yeah,
how old somebody gotta be to get their own staker app? Wallet.
0.
There's no.
You got to be 18 for that.
No, there's no age limit.
No,
I think you might have to have a Google or an Apple account or something. So you might need to be 12 or 13 or something like that to do it.
Yeah,
I forget. I set up my staker app so long ago. I can't forget what I had to. I forget what I had to do to show credentials or anything to get it.
No, I don't think so. There's nothing to get the wallet.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think you need anything.
No. That's it.
And
Yeah, you just pay the gas.
right?
That's it. This is a non-custodial wallet, so there's no KYC or anything like that. No.
So you set them up with their own wallet and then just send them some hex to stake.
That's it.
There you go. And then they can look at it themselves and they can see that their balances, maybe get them involved that way.
Yeah, just give them a hard wallet,
Yeah, I've got my kit set up just with a MetaMask. Just basically, you can create a number of Ethereum addresses. I've just created their own. I've just created them in my wallet under my private keys, and I sort of look after it for them. But eventually, I would like to. I know other people have sort of like got them their own private keys and everything like that. But you've got to, and I know there's this encapsulated stake's got a lot of potential for sort of handing over, I guess, custodianship of the private keys and whatnot. But I mean, particularly for young people, like it's easy to say that the system max is 5555, but like you think about it, if you're in your 20s or 30s and things like that, there's a long time. You probably got two full 5555. You've got that time to actually lock up the money and earn for you for that long. And who knows what it's going to be worth in the future? Just based off the last couple of years, could be worth
sick.
30-year
stakes. I mean, a 20-year-old's got literally 3. They got 3 of them in them. I mean,
I'd be doing this instead of doing super. Yeah.
20-year-old is still going to be younger than I am right now at 2 15-year stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 15-year stakes are one and done, though.
Yeah, that's me. It's like I'm just hoping to make it to my 15-year stakes.
That's the point.
Right?
Stay at a time, mate. Stay at a time.
Yeah.
And who knows, like, how many people have started savings accounts for their godchildren, for their own children, for themselves even. And then after a couple of years, it didn't really work out, and this thing blows up into nothing. And we got something that will just, be pretty safe, at least for half the time, because otherwise you don't get out anything or just little. And to make that even more secure and really make it safe for your future self or your future whoever's children, godchildren, or something. This is going to be something that is going to be built on top of what we have now. I'm pretty sure, because if no one does, I will.
I opened up 25 wallets for my nieces and nephews, for all of them, and as the new ones that are coming, I put one out for them too. But the ones that I started them, month 1, January of 2020, and those wallets are already bigger than some Hexicans wallets that I've seen. And it's like, and that was just a little, 555 stake for all the kids, so that's there's going to be some serious value there in the future.
Yeah.
With these
now imagine if you could put this into some immutable and into something that is more or less non-hackable for anyone, and even not for yourself. So you cannot even take that decision back. That would be a pretty good thing. I think there are possibilities to put that upon and on top of what we have now. That would be very interesting. I'm talking about something like digital heritage, not in the meaning of all your stuff that you got onto your computer and stuff, but also like to decentralize or to what we call DeFi now, which would be like D-law, right? Or you have to go to some courts and notariates or whatever they're called, and deal out all this heritage stuff and thing. And imagine this is all on chain, just done by math. And so you can just, if you don't want to live long, which I want to do, but if you don't want to, you can still be sure everything is going to be taken care of. Just because of someone did that on a chain with good math. And I guess this will happen.
This is absolutely the best thing ever. D-Raj said, UFO lost me. What are you talking about? That is a first, and that is beautiful.
Funny coming from
don't tell anyone. This is, of course, no one has heard this because we're like in this closed circle. And no one sees this thing, and So don't tell anyone that I do have ideas how to implement
it. All right, guys. Well, we've been out for 2 hours. I appreciate everybody coming on FN Hangout. We'll catch you all next week. Chatting with the captain. I believe this week I have Gold Bug.
Nice.
Her name is slipping me. Lynette Zhang may be on with me, wanting to learn about crypto. I got to meet her out at one of the events, and we rode on the plane together on the way back. And she wants to come on the show and talk crypto. So
nice.
I think that's going to be Monday. Lynette Zhang, Goldbug.
If you need some backup, that would be an interesting conversation.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's going to be spicy, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. And we should always rethink how we should explain everything from the basics again, because this changes as well. So there might be better ways to explain things than explaining the stuff like we did 2 years ago.
And with that, I appreciate you, UFO.